So I want to share a little story of something I discovered in my meditation this morning. So every morning I do these meditation exercises. I do a practice called Kriya Yoga. And then after I work my way through, I try to drop into space. So what that means is I try to let my thoughts go and try to just drop into empty space. And oftentimes if I hang out there for 10 or 15 minutes, and of course my mind is trying to pull me back into thoughts, and then I move back over here to just empty space, I will ask myself a question. And this morning the question was, why am I feeling the way I was feeling? And it's a very familiar feeling. And the feeling is, if I could describe it, would be something like there's trouble, there's danger around. And when I tune into that, it reminds me of when I was a child, my parents were unavailable. They weren't, like if you look at the metaphor of me going out and exploring in the world and then coming back and trying to share my experience, it typically would fall on deaf ears, or I'd get criticized or judged, or it just wasn't safe to come back home and share. And so this morning when I was feeling into what's this feeling? And what I realized is, for me, when clients stop coming in, when people stop setting appointments, it activates this energy of me, like I no longer have a feedback loop of how I'm doing in the world. And this is a really big deal for not only me, I'm imagining for a lot of people, because we need a safe place to return to. We need a safe place to say, oh, here's what happened, or this was really scary, or this was amazing, and then have people reflect back to us the joy of our excitement or the concern that we have about something that was very fearful. And if we don't get that feedback, then we're left kind of like trying to manage it from a brain that is not very advanced. Like I'm talking about, from the minute we're born until we're a teenager, where we start learning to lean into ourselves instead of our parents. So this morning, that feeling was very familiar to me of like I'm scared I won't get it right. It's like this sense of insecurity about myself. So the big takeaway for me was, when I have this particular feeling in my body, it's getting triggered when clients don't show up. And yet, for some reason, I wasn't afraid of not having enough money or something, I've already worked through a lot of layers around money and finances and all that. But there was definitely this charge around okay, why are clients not showing up? Or, the big aha this morning was that I had this feeling of remembering what it was like growing up and feeling insecure that I don't know if I'm doing this right. So the antidote to that, which is the peak of this video that I hope you'll gain out of it, is when I turned inward and I said, yeah, like almost like the healthy part of me that's a witness was the adult, and this young part of me that was getting triggered is the child. What I was able to do is to completely validate that little guy's memory, that little guy's feelings inside, and just say, yeah, dude, it was really hard. I don't know how you did it. And I remember this feeling, and it was scary, and it's going to be okay. And I just reassured myself and had compassion for myself. It was going to be okay. And I kid you not, and I invite you to practice the same thing, within minutes of me just giving myself the attention, just stopping, going, yeah, completely validating. It was like my whole nervous system just calmed down. So the moral of the story for me is that when I get scared or when I'm feeling a little bit insecure, is just to reassure myself. I didn't need my girlfriend. I didn't need clients to show up and validate me. I needed me to show up and validate me. All right, many blessings. Hope that's useful. If you're looking for help, if this feels like it's new to you and you're struggling a little bit, just head on over to my website, edfarragon.com, and schedule a free session with me. I always give people a free session to see if there's a nice connection between us and if my particular style of coaching works for you. So Hope you're doing well today. Many blessings. Keep your chin up and just trust me, it's all going to work itself out as long as you never give up. Many blessings.